Dhamma Sarana. Venerable Swamin Vahansa, dear teachers and my dear children, a very good afternoon to you too. Welcome to the 10th program of the Dhamma School online study program. So as for the program today, we have first of all, our Venerable Panyaloka Swamin Vahansa will administer 5 precepts, followed by a guided meditation session and a short sermon. And then we have Venerable Shantavimala Swamin Vahansa today will talk about a little bit more in detail about the meditations or bhavana. And then we have Lakshmi Veeratna teacher will explain the Lord Buddha's 3 visits to Sri Lanka during the time of enlightenment. And then we have Jataka stories prepared by teacher Vatsala Rajapaksa, the Digiti Kosala Jataka. Children, before we go further or before we invite Swamin Vahansa with respect to administer the 5 precepts, I have a few announcements to make today. Most of you know we have the Poson Full Moon Poya Day coming up next week. Also, it happens to be the long weekend as well. So let me walk you through the program for next week first, and then we'll invite the Swamin Vahansa. So the actual full moon poya is, children, let me share my screen with you first. You can see the full moon poya is next Friday. This is for our parents and adults joining the program as well. There is the Poson Full Moon Poya Day evening Dhamma sermon by Venerable Murutamure Panyaloka Swamin Vahansa at 8 o'clock. And you can join the sermon, the Dhamma talk via the YouTube link. On Saturday, the 6th of June, we have the monthly SIL program from 8:30 to 5 o'clock. Very similar to what we've done on the Vesak Day, we have planned the SIL program to be live broadcasted through the YouTube program, and we have a number of activities, meritorious activities scheduled for the day. And we also have a special live sermon by famous Venerable Puja Mavaralle Badhya Swamin Vahansa from 3:15 to 4:15 on that day. And then we do have monthly English Dhamma talk by our Venerable Shantavimala Swamin Vahansa at 5:30 to 6:30. And most of you know Dhammaputa Swamin Vahansa has been conducting these English Dhamma talks for a while now. So it is a continuation of the Mangala Sutta. So Swamin Vahansa will have the Dhamma talk English as well. So because we have quite a few activities, plus it is a long weekend, we don't have the Sunday school online program next Sunday. I know you are already sad to hear the news that we don't have Dhamma school next week. So we will resume the week after. I think it is the 14th of May. We will resume the usual Dhamma school online. So just a quick notice on what is happening, what is planned for next week. And then we will resume our usual class the week after next. So with that in mind, let's, with respect, invite our Venerable Panyaloka Swamin Vahansa to administer the 5 precepts. Avasara Ape Hamuduran.
Thank you, Siddhanta teacher. Dhamma Sarana, dear children and parents, please get ready to observe 5 precepts. Keep your palm together and up. Say sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu. Please say Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato for 3 times to observe 5 precepts.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dhammaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Sanghaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Sanghaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ Saranam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Yampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Yampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Sarana gamanang sampunnang. Panatipata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Tripata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinādāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adinādāna veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kāmesu miccācārā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu vichācārā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musāvādā viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Savādā veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Surāmeraya majjapamādattāna viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Ramereya majjapamadattana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Tisaranena saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammang sādhukaṃ surakkhitāṃ kattvā appamādena sampādetabbang. Okay, dear children, let us practice loving kindness meditation. This ultimate form of generous and selfless love, metta bhavana, towards all living beings. We start with ourselves because Buddha always said, unless we treat ourselves with love and compassion, we cannot reflect the same on others. So we start from ourselves and extend it to all living beings without any discrimination. You should keep your body relaxed and mind calm. Then you should feel what I say. It is not just repeating words. You should imagine and you should feel that you become well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. You should feel it, how you become comfortable when we repeat, when you think of these words, what I say. So you need to relax your body and calm the mind. To relax the body, you need to focus your attention to the body. Okay, you just now get ready for it and close your eyes gently. Mentally note the posture you are sitting. You may be sit on cross-legged or on a chair. Wherever you sit, mentally note the whole body. It means with closed eyes, you see the body, the posture you are sitting. You are well aware of your body. And relax the body. When the body is relaxed, mind becomes calm. Now, with relaxed body and calm mind, you think, you imagine like this. May I be free from anger. May I be free from hate. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May no harm come to me. May no difficulties come to me. May no problems come to me. May I enjoy peace and happiness. May I be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. May I be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. You should feel that you are comfortable and happy. May I be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Now think of all being living in your home, the place you are practicing this meditation. Think in this way. May all living beings in this place be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. May all living beings in this place be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy, including you, all living beings in this place. May all living beings in this place be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Now think of your neighborhood. May all living beings in this neighborhood be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. May all living beings in this neighborhood be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Then think about the city that you are living. May all living beings in this city be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Then think about the country that you are living, Australia. Mentally note the map of Australia and think, may all living beings in this country be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Then think of whole world, earth. Your loving kindness thoughts are like clouds spreading all over the space. And you think, may all living beings on the world be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. Then think of whole universe. Not only this world, there are many worlds. You think, may all living beings in the universe be well, comfortable, peaceful and happy. May all living beings, long or short, thin or fat, seen or unseen, weak or strong, born or yet to be born. May all living beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. May all living beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Please say with me slowly. Dukkhappattāca niddukkha, bhayappattāca nibbhaya, sokappattāca nissoka, hontu sabbe pipanino. May all living beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Now bring your awareness to your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Thank you. So we just practice loving kindness meditation, selfless love towards all living beings. I said that when we practice this meditation, all living beings become as important as yourself. So we need to cultivate this universal love, benevolence towards all living beings. When you practice this, you will have a lot of benefits. Last week I explained two benefits. The first two benefits, that you sleep well, the first one. The second one, you wake up well in the morning. And today I am going to explain two more benefits. The third benefit, you will not see bad dreams, no nightmares. You know, some children cannot sleep at night. So sometimes parents come to temple and ask, Pirit Nool, because my daughter or sons have bad dreams. So we give Pirit Nools, and plus we say, teach them loving kindness meditation before sleep, go to sleep. And if they think, if they cultivate loving kindness thoughts like may all living beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy, and then go to sleep, no bad dreams. Okay? So you need to practice every day before you go to sleep. When you go to bed, say a few times, 3 times at least. May all living beings be comfortable, be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. And that is one of the benefits. You won't have bad dreams, nightmares. The fourth one is Manussanam Piyo Hoti. People will love you. They like to see you. They like to talk to you. They appreciate you. So you receive a lot of love and affection from everyone, from teachers, from other people, aunties, uncles, and all relatives. You receive a lot of love from all the people. Even when you come to temple, monks also like you. If you are a person who practice loving kindness meditation. So this is the fourth benefit. Okay, you will have a lot of more benefits, and keep on practicing this every night and every morning. Okay, make it your first thought and last thought of the day. Thank you very much. May the Buddha bless you all. Over to Siddhanta teacher. Thank you.
Thank you with respect, Venerable Panyaloka Swamin Wahanse children. You will continue to learn the benefits of the metta or loving kindness meditation. So Swamin Wahanse explained 2 more benefits today. First of all, no more bad dreams. You don't have or you don't see bad dreams. Even sometimes as a figure of speech, children, we say, oh my God, it was just like a bad dream or like a nightmare. So one of the benefits with practicing the loving kindness meditation is that you will not have nightmares or bad dreams. And also you will be a very likable person, a pleasant personality that you will have. And I think Swamin Wahanse's explanation is a very good segue to our first lesson of the day by our Venerable Shanta Vimala Swamin Wahanse, because the topic today is we are going to study further into the different types of meditation or bhavana. Before I invite Swamin Wahanse with respect, children, a quick reminder, as I've explained earlier, so we have a different Poson Poya program next week. So there are no classes on 7th of June. We will resume the classes on 14th of June. With that in mind, let's invite with respect our Venerable Shantavimala Swamin Wahanse to conduct the lesson. Avasara ape haamuduruwani.
Thank you, Siddhantaya. Good afternoon, my dear children and friends in the Dhamma. And we warmly welcome you all to our today's program. As usual, we have been conducting this lesson successfully up to now. So today also, as usual, I have arranged some teachings of the Buddha to teach you. Actually, it is one of the important and one of the useful topics or lessons or teachings of the Buddha for people to practice in order to gain spiritual benefits as well as secular benefits. So without further ado, let me begin my presentation. As usual, children, my presentation is based on slides. So I have a few slides to show you. So now I'm going to start my presentation with my first slide. Now you can see on the screen picture, right? Meditation, bhavana. You can see the picture, right, children? So what's come to your mind when you see this picture? Straight away, you will know that, right? You know that this is practice of meditation. So when you see this picture, you may have thoughts of thinking that, oh, I have also practiced meditation few times. Not few times, just now, just before now also, you practice meditation. What kind of meditation did you practice just now? Loving kindness meditation, right? Yeah, that is also very good practice of meditation. So let's move on to my next slide. Then you can see what is all about meditation. So in my introduction, I have few things to tell you. Bhaveti kusalang dhammanti bhavana. What does that mean, my dear children? Meditation means the development and cultivation of wholesome state of mind. So when you practice meditation, what will improve? What will develop in you? Wholesome thoughts in your mind, right? That is very important, you to have wholesome thoughts in your mind. So what should we develop and cultivate them? Chitta, your mind, chitta bhavana. Meditation on our meditation for development of our mind, and also prajna bhavana, the meditation to develop wisdom. Therefore, Lord Buddha has taught two types of meditations. What are they? First one is chitta bhavana. Maybe you may have not heard about this word before, because we always use the term Samatha Bhavana. Samatha Bhavana is usually for development of our mind. That is why it is called Chitta Bhavana. So if you practice Samatha Bhavana, then it will help you to improve your tranquility of mind and concentration of your mind. So that is also called concentration meditation. And the next one is Prajna Bhavana or Panya Bhavana. Wisdom. It is also known as Vipassana meditation, Vipassana Bhavana. You may have heard about the term vipassana, right? In English, it's said insight meditation. So when people practice vipassana meditation, actually it helps you to improve. What is that? Improve your wisdom. Wisdom of what? Wisdom to see the world. Not just see the world, to understand the true nature of the things, right? Like in simply, if I say like this, anicca, dukkha, anatma, like impermanence, suffering, and no self. So that is the nature of everything in this world, right? So let me talk more about in my next slide. So let's move on to next slide. Continued, we experience two kinds of illnesses in our life. Children, what kind of illnesses do you experience day-to-day life? I think most of us experience two types of sicknesses, like two types of illnesses. One is mental illnesses, and another one is physical illnesses. All right. So, which one do you think is more serious? I think both sicknesses, both illnesses are equally dangerous or equally unpleasant and painful, right? So they are called physical illnesses and mental illnesses. For physical illnesses, we can use various types of medication, precautions, prescriptions, but for mental illnesses, we may not be able to find medications. So only meditation will help us to cure our mental illnesses. Children, do you understand that part? Yeah. That simply means that for the physical illnesses, we can go to many various types of doctors and we can get various types of medicines or medication and precautions or prescriptions to overcome, to get rid of from physical illnesses. But for mental illnesses, we can't use all those Western medicines like precautions for mental illnesses. But we have something special to cure our mental illnesses. What is that? Can you tell me, children? That is meditation. Who has taught the meditation? The Lord Buddha has taught to the people to overcome mental suffering is called meditation. So if you practice meditation, definitely, my dear children, you can overcome, you can cure your mental illnesses. So that is, I'm going to teach you today to practice these two types of meditations in order to get rid of from physical illnesses as well as mental illnesses. So the constant practice of these two types of meditations lead us to purify our mind. Why do we have to purify our mind? Why? What do you mean by purify? Purify means you clean, right? Clean something. If something is dirty, we use something to clean, right? For example, what do you use if your clothes are dirty? Why do you wash your clothes? Because sometimes they get dirty, right? We wash the clothes and we let the dirty go away, right? In the same way, if you practice meditation, so meditation will help you to eradicate unwholesome thoughts in your mind, defilements in your mind, and help you to cure and have wholesome thoughts in your mind. That is what we mean by purify. Cool. So concentrate our mind. It helps us to purify our mind, and also meditation helps us to concentrate our mind and also to develop wisdom. So it is very, very important, my dear children. So eventually, the gain 4 stages of enlightenment. So the people who practice samatha bhavana for a long time, and samatha bhavana and vipassana bhavana for a long time, concentration meditation and insight meditation for a long time, actually they can gain these 4 stages of enlightenment. That is the main purpose of practicing meditation of all of us, right? No anything else, no any goals except achieving these 4 stages. What is the first one? Sotapanna, stream enterer. You can experience this kind of achievement if you keep practicing samatha and vipassana meditation. Extreme enterer means you have developed your mind up to certain level, and then you able to eradicate 5 hindrances when you are up to this level, and then you may know or reborn again and again many times. Only 7 births will occur in the future. After the 7 births, then you will be able to attain to the Arahant, right? So the second one is Sakadagami, one returner. In this level, people return to the human world only once, right? After they die, or after then they will be able to attain to enlightenment. The third one is Anagami. They will not return. They will be reborn in the Brahma world, and from there they will attain to enlightenment. The last one is Arahant, enlightenment. So this is the final and most important level of these 4 stages, Arahant. That means no more rebirth again. Completely eradicated rebirths and everything. So that should be our goal, practicing of meditation. So let's move on to the next slide. So let's talk about 2 types of meditation then. I gave you the background of the meditation and the result of practice of meditation. So there are 2 types of meditations as I explained earlier. Chitta Bhavana, mind development, or Samatha Bhavana, tranquility or concentration meditation. And the next one is Prajna Bhavana, Panya Bhavana, wisdom, or which is called Vipassana Bhavana, insight meditation. These 2 types of meditations are the most important meditations in the teachings of the Buddha, and people who practice these 2 types of meditation, actually they can gain various results, right? Like 4 stages of enlightenment. So let's move on to the next slide. Yeah, Samatha Bhavana. If I talk further about Samatha Bhavana, Samatha means tranquility, which is concentrated, unshaken, undefiled, and peaceful state of mind. If you practice this meditation, Samatha Bhavana, for many times and constantly, actually you will have a peaceful mind without having any negative thoughts or unwholesome thoughts. And it is unshaken by any worldly conditions, and it is undefiled by unwholesome thoughts. So that's why it's very important. As consciousness cannot arise without an object, we need suitable objects for mental development. My dear children, when you practice samatha meditation, there should be an object. Do you know that you already heard about and you already have practiced about Anapanasati Bhavana, right? Breathe in and breathe out. So Anapanasati Bhavana, meditation on breathe in and breathe out, is also kind of object, meditative object or meditation object to practice, to concentrate on. The object of meditation is called Kammatthana, right? Kamatahan, we also say Kamatahan. That means instructions from the meditative monk. The meditative monk will instruct you, advise you how to practice meditation. So they are called Kammatthana or Kamatahan, literally mean working ground for the mind. Simply, there are 40 meditative objects of Samatha Bhavana. My dear children, there are 40 meditative objects of Samatha Bhavana. So thus Anapanasati, or breathe in and breathe out, is one of them under section of 10 recollection. That's Anusati. So in Samatha meditation, there are 40 meditative objects, my dear children. So the one you are very familiar with is that Anapanasati Bhavana. So Anapanasati, breathe in and breathe out meditation, is one of the meditative objects of 40 meditative out of 40 meditative objects. So it is very simple and it is very useful, and you already know about Anapanasati Bhavana. So you can practice that in order to concentrate your mind and in order to make your mind into one pointedness. So this is all about Samatha Bhavana. Let's move on to the next slide. So let's talk about result of practicing Samatha meditation. That is the most important part, actually practicing Samatha meditation, right? Because we all want to get result, right? For example, we study, we do our exams, we go to school and we pass the exam or everything. At the end, we expect what? Good result, right? Everybody expect good result. Like your parents, after they work, at the end of the month, they expect their salary, right? So that is the most important part of the doing job. So what is the important part of doing meditation there? There are many results of practicing meditation. For example, when one gains the perfect one-pointedness of the mind, it is possible for one to develop these 5. What are those? Five supernormal powers. They are called abhinya in Pali. What is the first one? Divine eye, Dibbachaku. You will be able to have divine eye. Divine eye means you will be able to see appearance of the beings and their come and their result. So that is called divine eye. You can read and you can tell, you can see how beings appear into this world, what is their karmic force in that way. So divine ear, Dibbasota. Dibbasota means you can hear far distant sounds beyond your limitation. You can, if you have divine eye, Dibbasota. And also reminiscence of past birth. This is called Pubbenivanusati. So people who practice this meditation, actually they can read the past lives of the people. They can read how you were in your previous birth and what happened to you in your previous birth. In that way, they will be able to read your past lives. And the thoughts reading, that is also we call, that is also very important. The result that you can gain through the practice of Samatha meditation, and also the psychic power, this is also very important. Very important means if you practice Samatha meditation, actually, if you have the psychic power, that means you are able to walk on the water, walk through the wall, and walk in the sky. So in that way, you can experience these 5 types of result if you practice meditation, Samatha meditation. These are the most important results of practicing Samatha meditation, my dear children. So let's move to the next slide. And also not only those 5 results, and also we can gain another possible things of practicing Samatha meditation. What are those? When one gains the perfect one-pointedness of the mind, it is possible for one to develop 4 jhanas. What is that? First jhana, second jhana, and also third jhana, and also 4th jhana. So this is also the development of your mind, right? When you come to the first jhana, then you will be able to eradicate all those hindrances, right? In this way, these are the possible results of practicing Samatha meditation. In this level, because the time limitation, we don't have to go each and every one of these things. But for you just understanding, it is very good if you practice Samatha meditation, you can experience these supernormal powers and also these 4 jhanas. Let's move on to the next slide. Now we're going to talk about this Vipassana Bhavana. Let's talk about the Vipassana Bhavana. This is also very important practice of meditation. The Pali word Vipassana is derived from 2 words. Vi, which means in different ways. Vi means, which means in different ways, and Pasana, which means seen. Thus, Vipassana means seen in different ways. When applied to meditation, it refers to seeing all objects or phenomena as impermanent, anicca, and suffering, dukkha, and no self, anatta. So every conditional things in this world are subject to these three characteristics. We call it three nature characteristics. Trilaksana, and they are called Anitya, Dukkha, Anatma. So everything subject to face these three things. So when you practice Vipassana meditation, actually it helps you to improve your wisdom to see the things as they are. Vipassana, on the other hand, is the penetrative understanding through direct meditative experience of three basic characteristics, Tilakkhana, of all phenomena of existence, that is, of all living beings. My dear children, look at to our own body. We also subject to experience these three things one day and daily, every day. Our body is impermanent. Because of the impermanent, we experience suffering. Because of this experience suffering, and because of this anicca, we cannot consider our life as it is, like it is belong to me and it is myself. We can't grab, or we can't think like that because it's anatta. So that is simply a means of Vipassana. If you practice Vipassana meditation, actually you need to have such kind of wisdom to see the things as they are. So let's move to the next slide. Continued. The first essential equipment of meditation practitioner is concentrated mind. For only a concentrated mind is a cleansed mind which functions properly to realize Vipassana inside meditation. My dear children, you first, what you need to do is you need to practice samatha meditation, and having practiced samatha meditation, you need to concentrate your mind. You need to have one-pointedness mind, and you need to have concentrated mind to practice Vipassana meditation. So when you have such kind of balanced mind, then you can practice Vipassana meditation. And when you practice Vipassana meditation, then you are able to see the things as they are. So that is why samatha meditation is very important for you to calm your mind and establish your mind before you practice Vipassana meditations. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. So, as same as the practice of samatha meditation, people also can experience various types of result of practicing Vipassana meditation. The most remarkable things on this particular meditation is one who practiced this, it would bring following benefits to the person. What is the first one? It will help you to the purification of being from all defilements. So if you practice this samatha Vipassana meditation, my dear children, you may not be bothered of any defilements, such as last time we already learned about, that Attaloka Dhamma, right? 8 worldly conditions. So if you practice samatha Vipassana meditation, you don't have to bother of all these worldly 8 conditions, and you can overcome from sorrow, lamentation, and physical suffering of bodily pain, and also you can overcome mental suffering and mental pain, and also you can attainment of path and of the knowledge, and also attainment of the final goal of Nibbana. So you can actually gain the enlightenment, final goal of Nibbana, if you practice Vipassana meditation. So let's move on to my final slide. So in conclusion, my dear children, we both these two types of meditations are very important for both physical and mental suffering of the beings. The constant practice of samatha and vipassana lead to purification of mind with the aim of realizing the final goal of Nibbana. So that is the end of my slides. So my dear children, now what do you need to think about that? These two practices, these two types of meditations are really important for you to gain enlightenment, right? For you to achieve, for you to realize Nibbana. So therefore, please try to practice these two types of meditation every day as much as you can. Then you can experience these goals. Don't just focus on attaining or gaining supernormal powers or dhyanas, but you need to focus your mind just to realize the Nibbana. That is the main goal of the Lord Buddha. So Lord Buddha taught this meditation not people to gain dhyanas or spiritual powers or supernormal powers, but to attain to Nibbana. That is the main goal of practicing meditation. Thank you very much. Teruvan Saranai. Over to you, Siddhantaya.
Thank you with respect, Abhihamdurane, for explaining the importance between the two types of meditations. Children, that was a very, very important lesson that Swami Vahanse taught us today. I cannot stress enough the importance of that lesson. Please go back, rewatch the video, take notes, be clear on the two types of meditation, samatha and vipassana, and also Swami Vahanse at the end clearly mentioned what is or what should be your main goal. It is not to achieve dhyana or other powers or anything. It is the focus should be trying to rid of your defilements and work towards the enlightenment. So that's the important message there. We thank of Swami Vahanse for explaining the lesson very beautifully as always and in detail. Now it's time to move on to our second lesson for the day. I've explained earlier briefly what the topic will be is, children, you may have heard during the time of the Enlightenment, Lord Buddha visited Sri Lanka 3 times in fact. Today what we're going to do is we are going to learn a little bit more in detail about the details of these visits to Sri Lanka, Lord Buddha's visit to Sri Lanka. So we have one of our veteran teachers, Teacher Lakshmi Veeraratna, has prepared the lesson for you, and let's invite Teacher Lakshmi to take the lesson from here. Over to you, teacher.
Thank you, Siddhanta teacher. Ayubowan. I'm Lakshmi Veeraratna. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 events that are very important for Sri Lankan Buddhists. Lord Buddha's 3 visits to Sri Lanka. There's a PowerPoint that I have prepared to show you to explain the Lord Buddha's visits to Sri Lanka. First, I'm going to talk about Lord Buddha's first visit to Sri Lanka. Lord Buddha first visited Sri Lanka 9 months after the Enlightenment. It was a Duruttu full moon day. Duruttu in Sinhalese means January. So Lord Buddha first visited Sri Lanka on a full moon day in January. Lord Buddha's first visit is one of the most significant events in Sri Lankan history. Many tribes of people lived in Sri Lanka at that time. Amongst them were the Yakkas and the Nagas. They were tribes. Those days, the Yakkas and the Nagas always clashed with one another. On that particular day, the Yakkas and the Nagas who lived in the Mahayangana area gathered in the Mahanaga Grove in Mahayangana. Mahayangana is in Badulla district in Sri Lanka. Lord Buddha visited the Mahanaga Grove to discipline the Yakkas tribes and to set the background to establish Buddhism in Sri Lanka. Lord Buddha stood in the Mahanaga Grove that day, radiating light that made the atmosphere calm and pleasant. The Yakkas thought he was an invader of the country, and they were not prepared to listen to him. In order to get their attention, the Lord Buddha created a combination of rain, thunder, and a very strong wind, a supernatural phenomenon. When the Yakkas saw that, they became terrified and thought the Buddha was a supernatural being. They laid down their arms and begged for his pardon. Akkas ran away to Giridivana. Then the Lord Buddha preached Dhamma to those who were there. A large number of Devas and the Nagas who had gathered at the Mahanaga Grove took refuge in the Triple Gem. There was a member of the Deva tribe called Sumana Saman. He attained Sotapanna. As you know, it is the first stage that leads to Nirvana, as Avahamudru said before. Sumana Saman respectfully asked for a relic so that people could worship. And Lord Buddha gave him a lock of his hair. We call it Kesha Dhatu. Kesha means hair and Dhatu means relic. He received it in a golden casket. That means a small ornamental box. Then he built a stupa or a chaitya, enshrining that casket with Lord Buddha's hair in it. The stupa is called the Mahayangana Chaitya. Mahayangana Chaitya is a very important Chaitya for Sri Lankan Buddhists for several reasons. Firstly, it is the first stupa built in Sri Lanka. And it is also one of the shrines built during the time of the Lord Buddha. And also, 45 years later, the collarbone relic of the Lord Buddha was enshrined in the Mahayangana stupa. Therefore, for us, Mahayangana Chaitya is one of the most sacred Chaityas for Sri Lankan Buddhists. Now I'm going to talk about Lord Buddha's second visit to Sri Lanka. Lord Buddha visited Sri Lanka for the second time 5 years after the Enlightenment. The second visit was on a Bak full moon day. Do you know what Bak means? Bak in Sinhalese means April, where our Sinhalese New Year is. So it is on a full moon day in April that the Lord Buddha visited Sri Lanka for the second time. And it was to settle a fight amongst the Nagas this time. At that time, the Nagas who lived in Nagadeepa, the northern part of Sri Lanka, were divided between the Naga king Mahodara and his nephew Chulodara. Mahodara means big tummy and Chulodara means small tummy. It was a fight between the big tummy and the small tummy. They were divided over a seat made of gems called Mini Palanga. The Lord Buddha with his divine eyes saw the danger and he saw that it was the danger that is going to be caused by this fight. With compassion and loving kindness, like always, the Buddha decided to visit Nagadeepa to stop that dreadful war. So he went to Nagadeepa where the war was about to take place. Lord Buddha this time created a dense darkness in order to get the attention of the two parties who were about to fight. Once the Buddha got their attention, he preached Dhamma, explaining the ill effects, the bad effects, or the futility of wars. He took examples from Kakolika and Latukika Jataka stories. Lord Buddha made the Nagas realize that hatred cannot be lessened by hatred. The Nagas not only reconciled, but they also embraced Buddhism. And then they offered the precious seed that was the cause of the dispute to Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha sat on the seat and preached Dhamma again. They requested the Lord Buddha for an object for worshipping, like during his first visit to Sri Lanka. Can you remember? During that time, the Lord Buddha gave them a lock of his hair. So this time also they asked for something to worship. And the Lord Buddha gave them the seed studded with gemstones back to them, the mini palanga. And it was, now it is called actually Paribhogika Vastu. Paribhogika Vastu means an item used by the Lord Buddha. Therefore, it is worthy of worshipping. There are three kinds of items that are used for worshipping in the absence of Lord Buddha. They are called Sharirika, Paribhogika, and Uddesika. Sharirika are the relics of the Lord Buddha. An example of Sharirika Vastu is the lock of hair given to the Sumana Saman during the Lord Buddha's first visit to Sri Lanka. Paribhokika Vastu are the objects used by Lord Buddha. An example is the mini palanga we mentioned in Lord Buddha's second visit. Uddeshika are the items like statues of the Lord Buddha. Now, let's go back to Lord Buddha's second visit. The Naga kings who became Buddhists built a shrine named Rajayatana at the place where the Lord Buddha preached Dhamma. According to Mahavansa, do you know what Mahavansa is? It is the book on Sri Lankan history. Lord Buddha's second visit is a significant landmark of Sri Lankan history. Now I'm going to talk about Lord Buddha's third visit to Sri Lanka. At the time of the Lord Buddha's second visit, the Naga king called Maniakkita had gone to Nagadeepa to support the Naga king Mahodara in that war. Mahodara, can you remember the big tummy? Yes. The king Maniakkita was the ruler of Kalaniya area in Sri Lanka at that time. After listening to the Dhamma, King Maniakkita also embraced Buddhism and he invited the Lord Buddha to visit Kalaniya. Lord Buddha accepted the invitation and he visited Kalaniya for the third time during the 8th year after enlightenment. Lord Buddha visited Kalaniya and that was his third and the last visit to Sri Lanka. During that third visit, Naga Prince Sumana Saman invited the Lord Buddha to place an imprint of his left foot on top of Samanalakanda. Can you remember? Sumana Saman attained Sotapanna when Lord Buddha preached Dhamma when he visited Sri Lanka the first time. So he invited the Lord Buddha to place an imprint of his left foot on the Samanalakanda. Samanalakanda is also called Siripadakanda. In addition to visiting Samanalakanda, Lord Buddha also visited Anuradhapura and Digavapi. As a result of this third visit, Sri Lankan Buddhists have 16 sacred places touched by the Lord Buddha for worshipping and to conduct their religious activities. That is the last slide of my presentation on Lord Buddha's visit to Sri Lanka. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that Sri Lanka has been blessed with Lord Buddha's 3 visits. Historically and religiously, these 3 visits are very important for Sri Lankans. Thank you very much for listening. Theruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Teacher Lakshmi, for explaining the lesson about the Lord Buddha's visit to Sri Lanka. Children, like teacher explained, there are 16 places that Lord Buddha visited or rested in certain places, and we do even have a gatha. We call it the Solosmastana Vandina Gatha. You can ask your parents, grandparents, and the adults. The gatha will explain the places that Lord Buddha visited at the time. And also, I encourage you, when you go to Sri Lanka, visit these places because it's very important for you to go and see. Especially if you get a chance, go the pilgrimage of Siripada Vandana. It's a nice mountain, and the footprint is on the top of the mountain. You will need your parents to guide you or accompany you, but it should be one of your unforgettable experiences in your life. So make sure there is a time in the year that we do the Siripada pilgrimage, because it's a rainy season. We don't do that during the rainy season. We only do during the specific period. I think, if my memory is right, it's from December full moon to June full moon, I think it is, or the full moon of May. So if you have the chance, go do the pilgrimage to Siripada Vandana as well as the other places. We thank Lakshmi teacher one more time for explaining the lesson. Now, teacher, children, we have a Jataka story prepared for you by one of our other teachers, Teacher Vatsala Rajapaksa. Time to time we do the Jataka stories, previous lives of Lord Buddha as a Bodhisattva, and we learn the things that we can learn from those Jataka stories. So Teacher Vatsala has prepared the lesson today on the Jataka story, Digiti Kosala Jataka. So let's invite Teacher to complete the lesson from here. Over to you, Teacher Vatsala.
Thank you, Siddhanta sir. Theruvan Saranai. Venerable sir, teachers, parents, dear students, and other presents. My name is Vatsala, and I'm going to talk about Digiti Kosala Jataka. Children, you listened to Jataka stories earlier this online series. Can you remember Venupata Jataka and Nandi Visala Jataka? Children, what did the Jataka stories tell us? I'm sure you know the answer. Yes, the Jataka stories are the tales of Lord Buddha's previous lives. He was known as a bodhisattva in his past lives. With his special powers, Lord Buddha could look into his own previous lives as well as the lives of the others. Often, when the Lord Buddha wanted to give an advice to others, he would tell related story of his past lives. Children, now I have a presentation to show you. Let me present the slides. The Lord Buddha's time, a dispute arose between two groups of bhikkhus in Kosambi. Each group thought they were right and none of them would listen to the advice given by the Lord Buddha. So the Lord Buddha left the place and went alone into a jungle called Paraliya. Some villagers stopped dana to those bhikkhus because they were unhappy with their behavior, the monks' behavior. Then the bhikkhus realized their mistake and went to ask forgiveness from Lord Buddha. The Lord Buddha was in Jetavanarama then. The Lord Buddha disciplined them by telling a story from one of his previous lives. The story about that previous life is called Digiti Kosala Jataka. Now, I'll tell you that story. Once upon a time ago, many million years ago, King Digati Kosala was the king in the Kosala kingdom. He had a young son, and son's name was Digayu. In Varanasi, there was another king. His name was Brahmadatta. King Brahmadatta decided to take over the Kosala kingdom by going to a war. King Digati Kosala was a peaceful person, did not want to see his people suffer. Therefore, he gave up his kingdom without a fight. He and the queen fled to Varanasi. They lived in disguise in the potter's house. However, King Brahmadatta was not happy. He thought one day Kosala people would rise against him to bring King Digati Kosala back. Therefore, King Brahmadatta decided to kill King Digati Kosala. He discovered where they were hiding and killed both King Digati Kosala and his wife. But the young prince Digayu managed to escape without any harm. Before his death, King Digati Kosala advised something very important to his son. What was the King Digati Kosala's advice? Look neither too far nor too near. It meant not to bear anger It meant not to bear anger long or not to take any revenge hastily. After some years, the prince became an adult and entered the service of King Brahmadatta. First he was an elephant trainer, then he was a musician, and finally he became King's personal charioteer or driver. One day, the king went to his royal park with the charioteer. After riding the horse for some time, King felt tired and decided to take a rest under a tree. The king soon fell asleep. Prince Dikayu, now the charioteer, got his sword, thinking of taking revenge for killing his parents. Suddenly he remembered his father's advice: look neither too far nor too near. Then he put the sword back. He did this for 3 times. Then the prince, with the sword still in his hand, woke up the king and told him, "I am Prince Dikayu." Then he told the king, "You are now a helpless person lying at my feet. Is there anyone to help you?" The king was afraid. He replied, "I'm lying as a helpless person at your feet, and only you can decide my fate now." The prince replied, "In this world, hatred never overcomes true hatred. It is only through love that the hatred ceases. At your last hour of death, only the good deeds that you did will come to your rescue, not the wealth you have. This is a universal law of truth." Then the prince threw away his sword. He told the king, "You are now a free person. If you decide to harm me, you can do as I'm now unarmed." The king did not want to harm the prince. The king and the prince returned to the palace. The king introduced the prince to his counselors. The king gave back the Kosala kingdom to Prince Dikayu. Prince Dikayu married king's daughter. Now children, this is the end of the story and end of the slides. Dear children, what do you learn from this story? Do you remember what the Prince Dikayu told the king, Brahmadatta? Hatred never overcomes through hatred. It is only through love that the hatred ceases. At your last hour of death, only the good deeds that you did will come to rescue, not the wealth you have. Thank you for listening, and Teruvan Saranai. Over to you, Siddhanta sir.
Thank you, Kosala, for explaining the lesson of Digiti Kosala Jataka story. Children, I hope you were listening carefully. There was a key message there: the anger, the hatred, the revenge. These things are not good for us. Holding on to these things, trying to take revenge, only do further damage, more damage to us. And that is one of the reasons why we learn Dhamma, we practice meditation to rid these bad qualities, defilements. And apologies, I think if there was a bit of an internet issue there, you may have experienced a little slowness during that presentation, but I hope you were able to see the slides and that you were able to hear Teacher Vatsalas explaining the lesson. These are the things that some of the challenges we experience in some days. We have good days, we have bad days, but that's what it is. Having a little bit of patience is important as well, children. Okay, children, that is the end of the 3 lessons. Now we are going to move into the questions and answers sessions. We have received a question around from the lesson that our Venerable Shanta Vimala Swami Mahanse completed around the bhavana or the meditation. And the question we have received for Swami Mahanse is, can someone achieve the enlightenment without practicing meditation? I will repeat the question first. Can someone attain the enlightenment without practicing meditation? Avasara pe Hamdurune.
Thank you, Siddhanta. Thank you, Dua Puta, for the questions. It is a very intelligent and smart question. Actually, the question is can you attain enlightenment without practicing meditation? So actually, yes, you can. There are so many methods to get enlightenment. First one is like listening to the teachings of the Buddha. Also, you can attain enlightenment. And also by making sermons or giving sermons, also you are eligible to attain enlightenment. But you have to remember, you know that there was a great monk in the times of the Buddha. It's called Daruchirya, and the Daruchirya was just was able to attain enlightenment just hearing to a one stanza. But you need to know that Daruchirya, he has practiced meditation and 37 enlightened factors. We call it Sattis Bodhipakya Dhamma. 37 factors of enlightenment. Daruchirya may have practiced meditation and 37 enlightenment factors in his previous lives. So he has a capability, and he has that background which he had practiced in his background which he has got from his previous life. As a result of that capability, he was able to attain arahantship just soon after he listened to the one stanzas. But for my recommendation is, my recommendation for you is, please don't think about like this. Try to practice meditation as much as you can. So the practice of meditation will give you quick and instant or good result in order to attain enlightenment. If you keep practicing daily, every day, every time, every minute, the important thing is that you need to practice more and more. Then actually you can attain arahantship, maybe not in this world, maybe in the future, if you keep practicing these things. But meditator also should need to complete 37 enlightened factors also in his life, in his previous life and in this life. And once somebody completed these 37 enlightened factors, then also practice meditation, then that person be able to attain enlightenment in this life or in the future life. So I hope I answer the question. Thank you, Siddhanta. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you. With respect, Abhihamdurani, for explaining that question. As you mentioned, it was a very intelligent question, and you explained with an example from the Buddha's time as well. We have received another question: is when did Lord Buddha pass away, or the great parinirvana, and what happened to the body? If you would like to answer, Abhihamdurani, you may answer the question, or perhaps Lakshmi teacher can attempt to answer that question as well. I'll repeat the question first. When did Lord Buddha pass away, and what happened to the body of Lord Buddha after that? Perhaps Swami Wahanse will answer the question first.
Yeah, the Lord Buddha passed away when he was 80 years old, right? Once he completed his age, 80 years old, he passed away. And after he passed away, his body was cremated as same as other bodies, but his relics were kept, and his relics were distributed to some kings and the royal patrons at that time, and then those relics were distributed to some parts of the world today. Especially in Sri Lanka, we have the one relic of the Lord Buddha. If you have gone to Dada Maliga in Kandy, you may have seen or you may have heard about the relic of the Buddha. So that is how his body, the body means his body was cremated, but his relics were preserved in the world in many places. So the remains are called as relics. So we still make offerings and things to its relics. So Lakshmi teacher can add something if she likes.
I think Swami Wahanse explained very well. So during the first visit of the Lord Buddha, so as I explained before, Sumana Saman asked for a object for worshipping, and the Lord Buddha gave him a lock of his hair. So that is Sharirika Vastu, and then it is in the Mahayangana Chaitya. So these relics are, like the Swamin Hanse said, are everywhere, and we are lucky to have some of those relics in Sri Lanka for us to worship. Over to you, Siddhanta.
Thank you, Teacher Lakshmi, and thank you, Venerable Swami Vahansa, for explaining that question. And Dua Okuta, I hope you had the answer. And yes, we still have a very good chance. We are very fortunate because we have the ability to worship and pay our homage to the relics of the Lord Buddha. Especially when you go to Sri Lanka, make sure you do visit these places and you pay your homage, because it itself is such a meritorious activity. Now we have come to the end of the program today, but what I want to do is I want to mention a couple of updates before we invite Swami Vahanse to share the merits with the divine beings. So I'm going to quickly share my screen one more time, children. So next Friday, the 5th of June, is the Poson Full Moon Poya Day. We have our Venerable Panyaloka Swami Vahanse will do the full moon or the Poya Day Dhamma sermon at 8 o'clock in the evening. And let your parents know, adults, if you're watching, let everyone know that you can join the Dhamma program, Dhamma sermon at 8 o'clock on Friday, actually the full moon Poya Day. And then the monthly SIL program is scheduled for the 6th of June, the Saturday, from 8:30 to 5 o'clock. You can see on the middle screen the program guideline. We have shared this message on the email already, and we will publish to our Facebook page shortly as well. And then on the same day, we have the monthly English Dhamma talk by our Venerable Shantarimala Swami Vahanse. Swami Vahanse has been continuing these Dhamma talks for a while now from the topic of the Mangala Sutta, and Swami Vahanse will continue that Dhamma talk in English, especially for our children, on Saturday from 5:30 to 6:30. And children, you can join the Dhamma discussion or the Dhamma talk. You can listen to the Dhamma talk via the YouTube channel. So this is the update I wanted to share with you. First, before we conclude the program, I want to thank you all for joining us today. And one more important reminder, we don't have the Sunday school next Sunday, the 7th of June. We will resume the Sunday school online program on Sunday, the 14th of June. So I'll take this opportunity to thank our Hamuduro, our teachers, and all the Nandalas and Mamalas behind the screen, organizing this event together so we can continue to learn Dhamma. Now with that in mind, let's respectfully invite our Swami Vahanse. So Swami Vahanse will guide us to share the merits with the departed relatives and divine beings. Avasaraya Pe Hamuduro.
Thank you, Siddhanta, once again. Children, concentrate your mind. Now we have come to the end of our program, and by conducting and by participating in this kind of activity, we are able to accumulate lots of merits. So merits we going to give and share with our deities and celestial beings who protect you and who guide you always. So concentrate your mind, and may all good merits we have accumulated through this activity be helpful to divine beings and celestial beings. May divine beings be able to come forward and accept our merits, and having accepted our merits, may all divine beings extend their love, protection, care towards all our beloved children, all our beloved parents, all our beloved people in this world. May the divine beings, as well as may all of us, be able to attain the final goal of Nibbana. Having wished that, we recite this sentence together. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu sasanang. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanam. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahitika punyantang anumoditva Chiran Rakhantu Twang Sada. Terwan Saranai, see you all next Saturday, having to listen to my Dhamma talk. Wish you all the best. Terwan Saranai.